Today's matchup features the battle of the super trends. The champion with 2 super trends and a lot of attitude against the challenger. 1 super trend, 1 EMA, a trend following system, and it's scrappy. Guys, let's get this going. First, here are the rules. Just take a quick look at them. Try to keep things fair. Alright, the tail of the tape. Again, the super simple super trend champ, it's 5-minute scalper, 2-to-1 reward to risk. The challenger comes in, also a 5-minute system with a 6-to-1 reward to risk. Alright, let's get right into it here. The champ on the left, the 2 super trend system, as mentioned, and on the right, the challenger, the insane 260% profit 5-minute scalping monster. He's ready to just go in and win some trades here. So we get the morning started, and it looks like the first trade right off the pretty early on is going to be by the challenger here. We've got a short, as you'll see, and we'll take a look at this in the replay after the round, but he gets the sell signal. It's below the 200 EMA, and we put on the risk, and it's defined as 0.5% above the entry price, and with a 6% reward to risk ratio, which is incredible. We get into it. Unfortunately, the trade doesn't work out. The champ comes in and counters with it and says not today, and it loses about $100, $94.97. While that attack's happening, the champ comes right on in, gets a signal here on a second entry buy. Jumps right into it, and it's a really nice trade. The trade manages to hold until we close the market on the first trading day here, and to get a really nice profit of $164.50. While that trade was working out, the challenger tries to come back in and say, I've got to get something going here because now I see I'm in trouble. We get a second opportunity here. We get a buy. The sell obviously didn't work because it was above the EMA. And so we take the second one, and again, it just rides out until the end of the trading session there, and a small profit of $14.70. So today, guys, round 1 has got to go to the champ. Now let's take a look at a replay here of the entries. All right. The first trade for the champ, the only trade for the champ, I guess, happened a couple hours into the trading session. Again, just to we're just going to try to dig into this a little bit. The buy signal happens when we have both of either the green lines for a buy or both of the red lines for a sell. And then the system also, if you get a second entry opportunity, which means the longer term green line here had continued even though we had been knocked out through the sell earlier. This is what we call second entry here, so you get another buying opportunity, and those work out pretty well. We don't try not to do it more than one time on the second entry type idea. So we get in here, again we use a 5-minute standard candlestick to identify the actual entry price because the Heikin Ashi is really nothing more than an indicator. You've got to watch that to get the actual prices. Otherwise, you just can't back test with it or anything like that because it won't be accurate. It'll be within range, but often the entry price will be much different than what the bar looks like. And you can see here we take the entry. We move the stop down to the longer term line down here at the bottom, and then put on a 2-to-1, and unfortunately we just ran out of time. It almost played out, and then 5 to 10 minutes before the close, usually 5 minutes before the actual market close, we just go ahead and get out of the trade. I don't want to be involved in any of that volatility of big traders trying to get out of their positions. Now let's take a look at the challengers trades. Okay, as you'll see here, there were 2 trades today. And the system, it's again a simple super trend, I believe it's 55 period with a 2 multiplier, and they want the signal to happen after you get a red bar, which we got, and it has to be below the EMA, which we got. And so we took that trade based on the rules. Again, just a big such a big risk to reward to risk ratio. Nothing wrong with it, just a completely different idea. It's defined as a scalping system, but the truth is, I don't know how many people are scalping with that kind of reward to risk. But I tested this a lot of days on a lot of different markets, and it works out really, really well. It's kind of a neat system, and we will definitely be doing a rematch on this and you'll see why at the end of this. So anyway, we take the entry. Unfortunately, it goes the wrong way and is stopped out. Again, the second trade opportunity over here, it does win. Again, got the signals all set up above the EMA. We got the buy signal. We got the green candle. And we just ran out of time for it to do anything, but it did get a small winner. Okay, the bell has sounded. We're into day 2, round 2. And both of the contenders are going to want to get in here and get some action as early as possible. The first trade happens from the contender. He gets a nice sell signal here. A little choppy, but the signals are the signals. And so we jump in short here just about 10 to 15 minutes into the trading day. Get a pretty big risk to put on today just based on those bigger bars. So we have about $100 of risk, and of course trying for the big home run of $300. Unfortunately, again, the market does go, which is great. It moves way down here, and unfortunately, into profit. But there's no system parameters for exiting. It's a win-lose system, and a lot of traders like that. Unfortunately, this time it didn't work out. So day 2, that was the only trade. I'm going to leave them, the contender, with a losing day again. But hopefully day 3, we'll see if they can bring the heat here. The champ, he comes out and says, I've got to get some more wins here if I can. And I've got the lead here. I'm feeling pretty confident. Jumps right in about the same time. The signal comes just a little bit later, about 15 minutes later. Throws the system on, says, hey, we're gonna go for it. Unfortunately, same thing. The market moved down, almost made it to the full profit, which would have been a great trade. Unfortunately, it pulls back, and this system defines that we follow a trailing stop system that moves along, and we're taken out as the reverse signal comes in right over here. It's a nice buy signal. Jump right on it and get a nice $100 profit after basically a break even on that first trade. And again, the day goes to the champ, who's building up quite a technical lead. We'll see on day 3 if maybe the challenger can come back in and really show what it's got. I do believe it's a good system. It just so far hasn't worked out in its favor. So let's take a look. All right, traders, day 3, round 3 begins. The bell has sounded. The corners have had a long talk with their contenders and said, guys, we've got to get out here. We've got to get some, finish this off, champ, take him down and see if you can close this out. The challengers coaches have said, you don't have anything to gain. You have nothing to lose, so you've got a lot to gain here. Come out and just give it all you've got. And sure enough, on trade 1 for the challenger, he comes with a haymaker. He says, I've got to go here. I've got to get something going. He lucks into a huge day, a big range on this day, and it pays off. The first trade, you see here, again, we had a little buy here signaled, but it never happened because the signal reversed, and it's above the EMA. So on the second time that this came around, you see a really nice bar, too, that indicates the market's probably going to run, and sure enough, gets the full 6-to-1 reward. It's $588 if you were trading 1 Bitcoin or margin or whatever method that you're doing, and that's how we calculate this. It's just based on the value of 1 Bitcoin. Just a great trade there. The champ takes this incredible shot, tries to counter and actually lands one right off the chin there, and also gets a really nice trade. It's a second entry buy, good for $182.92. It gets the full profit, and feeling good, but realizes I'm hurt here. The challenger is might be too much for me here in the round 3, so I'm going to defend myself. we're going to go on down. The challenger and the champ both throw punches at about the same time, and you see both of them take wins. A slightly bigger win for the challenger at 153.20. The champ ends up at 129.90. The day closes. And guys, we better take it to the judges here because we don't have a clear winner. The challenger has really brought a lot in this third round and really hurt the champ. We're going to have to take it to the decision here, and as you'll see from the final results, the champ barely wins on a split scorecard here almost. I mean, it's within a few dollars of the challenger taking the win here. Guys, these are both good systems. Again, I've looked at them on a lot of different markets. We use the Bitcoin because the video was made based on the Bitcoin 5 minute. We just out of respect, we want to follow what they've got and just look around for 3 solid days in a row that they can both get some good trades, that we can have some fun with this. Again, take a look at them. This is entertainment. Please don't put any money on what I'm doing because it may not work out the same for you. And if you like what we're doing here, guys, there's a lot more videos already on the channel and just a lot more coming. As you know, there are lots and lots of these free trading systems out there with just incredible claims. And we're just going to have some fun with them and see what works and what doesn't work. Guys, take care, and we'll see you again soon.